Hi guys, so today I'm going to try and save this door card. Now this door card is over 40 years old and it's got quite a bit of damage on the actual card itself. I'll just show you. So the whole bottom of the card has rotted away, it's got wet, as a lot of old cards do, they get wet inside. So what I'm going to try and do is to remove this cover from this card, cut a new card and transplant the cover onto the new card. Now there's no damage that I can see to the actual cover, so I think we should be alright. The first job is to remove the cover, so I've got to be quite gentle with this. I don't want to create any damage to the cover. Now luckily there's plenty of excess around this card, which makes my job a little bit easier. So some of these staples are quite rusty, so they're just going to snap on me. Well, the vinyl along this bottom edge here feels quite brittle, so I've got to be very careful with that, especially when putting it back on. We've also got a bit of red paint here, so the car this has come from has obviously had a respray at some point, and they've left the door card on while they've done it, which is nice. So that's how the door card looks. It's absolutely shocking. So I've cut a new card. This is not out of hardboard like the original. This is from plywood. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to staple just this top end on here, just from corner to corner, and I'm going to fold back the vinyl and then glue it down. But I'm not going to glue the whole lot in one go, I'm going to glue down. So I'm going to glue down the section here, where this design is here, staple up to here, and then fold this back and glue this bit down. I don't need to glue the whole area down here, it's not important there. It's mainly these bits here that I want to glue them down. So I'm just going to be using some 4mm staples for these. The board is 3.6mm, the vinyl is probably 0.4mm, so we'll be fine. But what I'm not going to do is fire them straight down like that. I'm going to fire them at a slight angle, just so they don't go all the way through the vinyl. They shouldn't do anyway. And I'm going to try and put the staples roughly in the same spot the original staples were in. So I'm going to now carefully try not to create any damage to this. Fold that back. I'm just trying to pull the vinyl this way because I've got this red line here where the overspray was when it was resprayed. I want to try and get rid of that, so I need to pull the vinyl as much as I can so I can actually get it underneath so it's out of the way, so it's not seen. Because I don't think I'll be able to remove that from the actual vinyl without damaging the vinyl, because I'll have to use quite an aggressive solvent to get rid of this red paint, and that will probably damage the door card. I'm just making sure that all these bits here are stuck down. So I'll flip that over now and just staple to about here on both sides. Yeah, that's just enough to actually get this line here to be underneath the card so it can't be seen. So that's fine there, so I need to do the same but just on this bit here. Not bothered about the middle bit. Again, being very careful not to damage this vinyl. Do this corner first. And then make sure I can get the painted bit over. So that shouldn't be seen now. So I'll work this edge first and then I'll do the bottom. So always do the corners first. Get over and check it. That's fine. Now I can work along the bottom. I've got to be very careful along here where it was really wet, because chances are, I'll just give it a check, that might be brittle. So when I put the staples in, it might actually, oh, it's not too bad. Sometimes when vinyl gets wet, dry, wet, dry, wet, dry, it becomes quite brittle, a bit like paper, and starts to split when you put staples in. This is okay. So that's now on. The next job is to give it a good clean. Most of this is just dirt. There's nothing too bad on here, I don't think. Well, I'm just going to go over it with a nail brush. Get all the recesses. Sponge. Just wipe off. So there are a few little black marks on here. Not sure whether you can see them. There's some here, here. That's mainly it. So what I will do, this looks like paint of some description, this yellowy stuff. I'm just going to go over it with a little bit of white spirits. So this bit here won't matter because the grab handle, you can see the outline of the grab handle here, it goes there. So I'm not too bothered about that. I think I'll just double check, I'll just grab a grab handle and have a check. So yeah, we're fine with that. There is a mark just here that I'm struggling to get rid of, but it's not really obvious, so I'm not too bothered. So there we go. The door card is now completely finished. It's not completely finished. I need to just apply a bit of glue to the back here to glue this into place. But I've got another set of door cards that I've been working on, so I'll do them all at the same time. So this is something you can probably do yourself at home if you have a similar kind of door card. The hardest part would be probably cutting the board, because if you don't have a good board to work from, then cutting a new board would be quite tricky. But it can be done. I've got a complete door card from this vehicle that is in good condition, that uses a template. And this is the one for the other side. So that's the par.